Today we are going to talk about tank size for keeping and breeding angelfish. One of the fellow breeders asking me specifically the 20-gallon tall and 40-gallon breeder. Search engine, you click on, you type in 40-gallon breeder. Is on your computer or on your phone, your smartphone. You can do that, and you click on search, and then it come out to you see this one have it's called say shopping. Okay, so it come out all the place where you can get it for the Petco on sale right now. And this one Amazon, it's like a little bit cheaper, but not sure it's the same or not. This one rectangular, no, this one only 10 gallons. Okay, let's go back. So this one Petco has it for $59.99, and then this PetSmart also have it, but they're not on sale. The regular day they all have the same price, but at this point Petco have it on sale. Search for Petco, look it up. Yes, it said $59.99. So this is popular, people use it. It's called 40 breeder. Okay, you will see a lot of breeder, they set up the fish room with this tank when they have a different type of fish that they breed. Basically these are standard fish tank where you can buy almost anywhere. It just depends on the different company who make the tank, but most likely it's called standard, where they make similar size for the amount of the water that they can contain into the tank for 40 gallons. This one 55. This one 55. It's also on sale, I think. Let's see. Okay, this one also on sale. This is 55. We're gonna look at that go directly to the store and look at it also. We're gonna look at the 20 long, 20 tall, and some and other smaller size tanks as well, and to give you an idea what to pick and choose the tank size. The material and the company is up to you. You have to do some homework to see there's any feedback that you have a rating here. You can take a look also, and they have a question section where you can see people ask question, and you see if it's the right tank for you or not. Now you can order this online, and you come to the store pick it up. I find it's very useful, even though you drive extra mile to pick it up. This way you can inspection the tank before you can bring it home. You can see any problem with it before you can bring it home. Okay, so this is the price only for the fish tank. Okay, no lighting, no nothing. It's just the tanks. This is good for setup for a breeding setup. It's not for a show fish tank. A show fish tank, you need to have a light and other extra decoration, so on and so on. But this is a good way you can save money to buy the tank only, just for your purpose of breeding fish. You can use a show tank but you need to buy extra stuff, and that will add up the money. Good news that they have it on sale, but you read the review and you see it is the right tank or not. The video today is just the main purpose where we can look at the measuring of the tank, what best for breeding and keeping angelfish, especially for angelfish. There's other place you can buy tank. There's more option. You can shop around. They can match price if they can or not. That you have to find out for yourself. A sale today, and here's the day that we will end. You have to check with your local store to see if available or not. And I double check with the guy here, and he said there's no longer do $1 for a gallon sale tank, but they do now like 50% off. 50% off. This is fine, half gallon tank. This is a good tank for keeping newly swimmer. This is the 20 gallons high. For this tank, only a pair for breeding. I don't think that you can divide it into section to have a 2 pair, because if you divide it, it could be less than a little bit less than 1 feet. Instead of 20, you can go with the 29 gallon. You can divide by 2. Measuring of the 40 breeder, where you can divide half or maybe 3 section. It gives you more option, and you can use it for pairs angelfish, or you can use it for grow out tank for them. And one thing you need to be keep in mind is 40 breeder can be heavy. To be safety, you probably handling with 2 people or more. Okay, it's heavy, so you have to have a stronger stand for it. After we look at the 20 high, 20 long, 60, and then the 40 breeder, and this one is 55, and I think the 55 would be the best option for you to keep and breeding angelfish, especially for angelfish. It gives you more option because of the height and the length and the width. That's good for the fish to swim. But again, this tank can be very heavy. Maybe you need 2 or 3 people to help you to do with it. You have to have a strong stand to support the tank. Okay. But other than that, this is a good choice for breeding, keeping angelfish in the long run. I have seen many breeders that use this tank a lot, because that's why they advertise like breeder size tank. But for angelfish, if you have a chance to upgrade to 55, I would say the 55 better, because this one, let's see, you could make it half, or you could divide by 3, but still it's not. You can divide by 3, right? You can divide by 3. And this one, you could divide by 3, give it more room for the pair, and it gives more room for if you want to grow out the fish. Represent individual tank size. It's 20 gallon high. It's 29, 40 breeder, and 55. You have more than 2
tank of the 20 gallons, then you would most of the time you would put them sideways like this to save space. When you could have more room to add more tanks. Okay. Instead you have more than instead you have 2 tanks like this. You could another option, you could get the 29 gallons. Okay. The 29 you can divide by 2 for 2 pair. You can use it grow out also for smaller fry, more than 2 pairs in 55. But the problem with 55 is like it get really heavy. It's not easy to move around. You need to have more people to help you with. For that, instead of 55, you can use the 2 of 29, because each of the 29 you can it's lighter. It's not heavy than the 55 by itself, so you can use the 229. Add this up, the volume will be greater than the 55. Also, you can have 4 pair if you like with the divider. So let's say this is the 10 gallon size tank, 5.5. This is 40 breeder. Okay. Now most of the time I use 6 gallons or less, so 5.5 is it's a good tank for keeping eggs, wiggler, or newly free swimmer. The reason is that the newly free swimmer, you have a right space to feed them. Too big tank, then the free swimmer have to spend more energy to hunt for food. That will weaken the fry. It cut down the loss of weak fish that cannot hunt for food. Okay. Now some of you are waiting for 24 hours before feeding, but I would feed them right away when the free swimmer start eating. Okay. Don't rely on the yolk sac angelfish fry have, because those yolk sac just help them stay a little bit longer while waiting, while hunting for food. But you feed them as soon as possible, because that would help the fry stay strong throughout its growth. If you wait too long, then they even though they still alive, but they weak, that they are really weak, so they don't hunt food correctly, then that starve them to death. Where you have more than a pair of successfully breeding angelfish, you would have more than 2 patch of fry. Each patch of fry you can put in the 5.5 gallon or something similar container. Okay, so 5.5 gallon you would put inside of the 40 breeder, and then you would have a central heater, internal central heater. You can fill up the water inside the 40 gallon, and then you're gonna put the heater. You heat up the 40 gallon, and then it will warm up the 5.5 all together without stick the heater inside the 5.5 gallon. Some of you have the a central heater, which is you heat the whole room at the same time. Then you can lay the 5.5 tank outside, multiple 5.5 outside. All right, so 5.5 can be very useful for keeping eggs, wigglers, or newly free swimming fries. A 10 gallon kind of big for the one batch of free swimmer. You can lower the level of the water down to make it to make the area smaller, so the fish can the fry can catch food easily. Okay, when the fry get bigger, like peach size stuff, you can raise the water up higher, and then when it get bigger, then you move to a bigger tank. Very important is the safety of it. The safety You go online and you search for the standard size tanks. There are a company that make all these tanks would list the information, more detail about how heavy it is and the size measuring and how heavy it is, so you know what's going on. You get the right stand for it to hold the weight, to support its weight, just for safety. I hope some of my information would help you at some point where you make a right decision or set up keeping and breeding angelfish project. As for now, take care. Until next time, we may talk about what does it take to have a show looking angelfish. We will go into detail of how to select and what to look for in a good looking show angelfish.